Hey, what's up guys? It's NashCrafter and welcome to my channel for a brand new episode here in our vanilla Let's Play world. Today's episode is going to be very laid back. It's going to be very chill. As you guys know, in the last episode we built this pretty cool little storage house. But for today, we are going to flip around and there's something I want to show you guys. So if we head off here, we have our starter house and then we have our little storage place here. So if we head in this direction, we will come along a ravine. And something that I have never done before is I've never made a ravine village or a ravine like anything. I've never built in a ravine. I've never taken the time to really like look inside of them and see if I could potentially build there, which I know a lot of people have done in the past. Like ravine villages are pretty common, you know, a lot of people like to build in ravines because you can do really cool things. Here we go. We also have a horse, which I wouldn't mind getting ourselves a horse here soon. But here is the ravine, and like I said, what I was thinking is we should make a ravine village, and that should be one of like the first things we do, because I do want a place where we can kind of go underground and hide out, as well as having our above ground buildings. I think it could be really cool when you not only make a village above ground, but it kind of has these underground caverns and tunnel systems and things like that that all connect together. I think it really makes a village or a town or a kingdom, if you're building a kingdom, it can really pull it together because it makes it a lot more complex. I was kind of thinking about this. I saw this and I was like, this is perfect. We should make this into our own little ravine town that kind of can connect. Oh no, no! That Enderman. I didn't even realize he was down there and I totally looked at him and he's gonna be so pissed. Okay, so let's respawn. That was so bad. I was not expecting that, but we started this episode with a total bang, which I guess is kind of awesome. Let's make another sword just in case. Do I have any sticks in here? I moved everything into the storage house, so I don't have anything that we can use. If you guys did miss the last episode, this is what we worked on. So we made this like really cool, nice little storage house. I don't really need that many logs, but it's totally fine. We're just gonna do something like that. So yeah, we're gonna head over there and get my stuff. Good thing it's like right next to our place here, so that wasn't too bad, but that was kind of crazy. I was not expecting. I like literally moved my mouse and looked down and there happened to be an Enderman there, and I looked at him. He got really angry, so yeah. But that's okay. So back to the ravine we go. Okay, here we are. So we're at the ravine, and I actually honestly probably should have made myself a shovel, but I think I have one down there. Is anything scary around? He just straight shoved me off too. That was terrible. Okay, so I'm trying to think of the best way down, and honestly, what I was gonna do was I was gonna make kind of a hole that goes all the way down through the ground, but I think I almost want a staircase down there, and get myself down there so we can get our stuff back. So we'll do something like this, and we could probably fill all of this back in later. Okay, so I'm down in the ravine. I actually didn't staircase my way down. I just jumped into that waterfall right there, and it worked. It was pretty good. So we're down here, and what I want to do is I want to light up the ravine. That is the first thing that I want to do, because this is going to get so many mobs spawning in it at nighttime when we're trying to build and crazy things like that and like that. And there's some pretty sketchy mobs over there, so we want to be very careful. And ooh, that reminds me, I need to put on my gear here, so we'll do this. But that skeleton is kind of in the way, so let's eat a little bit, get our health back up so we can go fight some mobs. This is something I don't often do on camera because I'm terrible with PvP, but honestly, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for the video, and just because I never do it. So yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. So those guys are out of the way, which is nice, and we gotta get this guy. He's causing us some issues. So then we can just start lighting the rest of this tunnel up, which should be pretty good. Do something like this, and this gives us an opportunity to see how far this goes. So it doesn't look like it goes too far. It stops right there, which is really nice. It gives us this curve. But one thing that I want to do is I want to expand this ravine and make it a little bit wider, because right now we don't have too much walk room, and we're going to want to have a pathway walking through kind of the underneath part of this to different rooms. So I'm going to have like a room cut into this side of the wall and then a room cut into this side of the wall, and they're all going to have different things. So like different farms, we could have like a potion brewing thing. We could have all different kinds of things. I think it's going to be very cool. I have such good plans for it. And then also what we're going to do in today's episode is we are going to make the way up so that we can return to the surface and collect materials a lot easier. Kind of thinking about this, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to do a little bit of a time lapse of me expanding this ravine just a little bit, pushing it out probably 2 or 3 blocks on each side just to give it a lot more space. That's what I'm going to do. I think like I said, I'm going to roll a time lapse for you guys. So, grab a drink, grab a snack, sit back, relax, and here goes the time lapse. Okay guys, so I've gotten the ravine all sorted out, so I just expanded it a tiny bit. Not actually too much, not as much as I think I said I was going to. I said I was gonna go out by like 2 or 3, but I ended up only really carving it back by 1. Towards the end I did 2 or 3 back here, and I think this looks really cool. This looks really good. But yeah, I didn't make it too huge. I didn't want to make it too huge, and I didn't want to take away from how the ravine was naturally. So I just kind of pushed it back. I am going to expand the tops a little bit. So keep going all the way up to where the ground is up there. And then I want to do the flooring as well. Next thing we need to work on is we need to make a way up. And I think I'm just going to do a basic ladder system as for right now, because I don't really see I don't want to do a staircase. I think that's not really the idea that I want. I want to do just a straight way up. So I'm up above the ravine. I'll show you guys in just a second. I have died like multiple times during this episode, but it's okay. It's all good. But okay, so you guys know that we just did this little thing down here. So I have a ladder going all the way down so I can get up and down, and it's kind of just a temporary ladder. But here, if we head down, we've got this area that I carved out here for a potential place where we could put our ladder that goes up. Now, I have to admit to you guys, this is where I pillared up. I'm not liking the place that it ends up top. So it's going to come up right up here. Now, the problem I'm having is that this is right on top of a hill, and it's going to make the place where we put this really, really obvious that it's here, because basically what I planned on doing was making maybe like a fenced in area with a big hole that just goes down into the ground, and you can see into it and everything like that. So it's going to look pretty cool. It's going to have a nice design too as well. But it's right up here on the hill, and I would really prefer it to be on more of a flat ground, kind of like this down here. So it just gives me more room to decorate around it, and I don't have to worry about any terraforming. It's just kind of here, and then it goes all the way down. With that being said, I am thinking about actually moving this, and I think I'm going to put it towards the end here. So check it out. I moved the area over here, so it was over there. We'll take a look over here really quick. So we started this one, and I was like, I don't really like that. So I moved it over here, just like we talked about a few seconds ago. So it's looking good, and to be honest with you guys, I actually kind of like the lower set roof. I think that looks kind of good. So I just need to continue my ladders going upward. But yeah, this has been a pretty cool project. I'm really excited about the ravine town. I think it's going to be amazing. And again, it's something I've never tried to do. So I'm going to finish up this ladder to the top, and then we'll come back and we'll start talking about the overall design. So I'm hollowing out another area here for this one's actually going to be our place where we put a mine shaft. I'm kind of brainstorming at this point because I'm not sure exactly where this is going, but right over here is where I'm going to put the little mining channel, I guess you could call it. And then over here is still this one that we have, and there's just going to be all these different types of rooms kind of scattered all around this area, and I think it's going to look so cool. I'm so excited, and I think I've come up with what I want the flooring to be as well. So I think we're just going to keep it super natural. We're going to actually put grass down here. I think that's something that you don't oftentimes see in a ravine. So we're going to fill this with grass, and then I love the path blocks, so we're probably going to use the path block to kind of go from one to the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this mine shaft. I'm going to see if I can find myself some diamonds, because I have no diamonds right now, and honestly it's kind of a pain in the butt if I do say so myself. There we go. We've got a skeleton. So I got a lot to do, guys. I got a lot. I know this episode is probably kind of all over the place, but that's because I am just trying to figure out more of the specifics of everything as I do it, and this is going to be a pretty big project. It's going to span over definitely a few episodes. Now this ravine, the difference between this one and the top one that we're in here is this one is open to the sky. We can see we have lots of natural lighting, so it is open to the sky and the grass. This one is going to have more kind of lighting that isn't open. So I think we have, oh yeah, we do have a little bit of space over here where it's open, which is pretty nice, but this ravine is a lot bigger, and there's a mine shaft. So we're going to be able to fit a lot of different hallways and builds and things in this. It's going to be pretty awesome. A creeper just blew up. This is pretty much going to probably staircase down there, and we're going to do the same thing that we're doing in this ravine, but doing it over into this one just to give us more space. You guys will not believe what I just found. Okay, so I found another ravine. Another one. Okay, so there's 3 ravines like right next to each other. So we've got this one, which is just, you know, straight by our base. It's the main one that we found in the first place. Then we have this one, which is all the way over here to the left. Then if we come over here, that one that we dug out to begin with, I actually decided to turn this into a bit of a mining one. So the mining one was going to be over there, but now it's over here. And if I head down these stairs, another ravine. And I don't think this one is connected to the other ones because the ending is right there. And then this one goes all the way that way and curves back that way. Pretty sure these don't connect, but this is our 3rd ravine, like within a tiny little area. So for this one, I don't think we're going to be turning it into part of the ravine town because it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's just going to make that too big. It's going to make the idea too big. I don't think I'm going to be able to fill that many ravines with things. So I think we're going to leave this one out. I'll just kind of fill it in and we'll continue this on into a strip mine. But it is really cool that it's there. So, I mean, I think it's awesome. Maybe we could do a glass flooring so we could like still look out into the ravine. So yeah, guys, I know I'm just throwing out a lot of ideas, and this video has actually changed so many times. I've had so many different ideas just pop into my head because like, I keep finding new things and I keep kind of re-looking at what I want to do and things like that. So this video is going to be a little bit random, a little bit all over the place, but I hope you guys are still hanging in there with me because it is going to be really cool once this is over. Finally found them. Wow, it has been quite a while. I did move up to my diamond pickaxe that I have because I was like, mining with an iron pickaxe is taking a really long time. Like, it's actually, you kind of forget once you've been mining with a diamond pickaxe that mining with an iron one actually does take quite a while. So I am going to mine these up. We are going to make ourselves a new fresh pickaxe. So right here, like we said, is the entrance one. That's going to go down to the 2nd ravine. We've got this one, which goes to the mine shaft. So I'm trying to think of like good locations where we could add more. We need one for a portal, and then we need one for enchanting room. So I'm thinking I'd also like a potion brewing one too, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. So I think what we're going to do is maybe do one right here. Awesome. So I think this one is where our Enchanting Station is going to go. So I like, this is sick. This is so cool. I'm probably going to have to fill all of this in though, because it does take away from the design a little bit, but let's take a step back and kind of look. So yeah, there'll be a room here just towards the end. And then we've got this one. I want the rooms to be pretty close to each other so you don't have to walk a super far distance. And we need to eat here a little bit. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that'll look great. And then got that one. So I'm thinking kind of doing alternating sides. We have to be careful over here because it is going to run into that other ravine just like this one did. Just like this. So maybe if we put a portal one over here, that would probably be our best option. I like this area back here though. We also need one for farms. Maybe animals. I don't know. I haven't decided on animals yet, but I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing one back here. And maybe this one will be our portal room just because then it's on the other side and then we have the manual entrance all the way over on that side. So we'll keep this one over here and let's do maybe something like that. That's 4. And we'll do 5 for this one. One thing that we definitely need to get going is I found that skeleton spawner not too long ago, and I would really like to turn that into an XP farm because as of right now that we're starting to enchant, I'm gonna need the levels. And for this series, guys, I have a lot planned. Like, we're starting this whole ravine base. We still have the town to finish up there, which I promise you guys is going to get finished. I'm not just leaving that behind. We are going to continue that build, but I'm just really excited about this one too. So a little portal room, and these are looking very boxy right now. I'll probably change those, make them look a little bit more organic. Now we don't want mobs spawning in here, so let's light this up a bit. And then I'm kind of thinking as well, what else could we put here? I kind of want to put a room like in this corner here. I think that could be kind of cool. And there we go. We've got another one kind of laid out here, and I really like this one because it is kind of tucked away in that diagonal. I think it looks really good, and it takes up the space of kind of, instead of putting one back there, it takes up that space that would be back there. So I really like that. Then again, we have this one here, which we could even kind of carve back and give it a little bit more flow into it, so it's not so, that boxy look is just kind of bothering me a little bit. So I want to make it look a little more natural. There we go. And of course I'll go in and fix all of this later too, because they're not going to be set like this. They're going to be a little bit different too. And then I kind of would like one in between this one, that one. So I'm thinking another one right here would be pretty good. Now hopefully I can actually fit this in because the ravine is right there. So I'm going to try my best here to we're going to work on a diagonal for this one too, which is going to make building a little bit challenging, but it's going to be a good challenge that we can hopefully make work here. So something like that. I keep thinking I can pick up blocks, but my inventory is very full right now. And when working with the diagonals, it can be kind of challenging, but you just got to keep thinking, I got to go this way. So you just trim off a little bit from both sides, and eventually it gets bigger and bigger, and it starts to look a little bit more natural, which you guys will get the hang of it if you've never built on a diagonal and you're kind of wondering like, what's the trick to it. Basically, like, I'll go to this side, trim out a bunch, and then go to this side, trim out a bunch, and it does make a box, but it does look diagonal when you step back from it, if that makes sense. Yep, so there we go. We're popping into the other ravine, so I'm just going to cover that up. So it kind of tells me not to go anymore, but I do want to push this wall just a little bit more back if I can, just so we can fit a little bit more space in here. Now, I don't know what we're going to be putting in this one. I might switch them around too. I just really haven't, like, I'm not really doing this as a set plan. I'm just kind of going with whatever feels right and whatever looks good, and I'll kind of come back later and really plan things out. But we're just gonna have these little pockets here and there that have different rooms in them that have different things that we could use and that will be useful to us. One thing we do need to do is light this up. Always got to do that so we don't get anything crazy spawning. Awesome. So I think for the most part this is coming together. It's looking really nice, and I did light this up a little bit, so we've got it fully fully lit up down there. Not so much on the top, so we still can get spawns, but for the most part, it's pretty lit up, which is great. And then I also did forget to light up this back one here, so we got to make sure we do that. There we go. And awesome. So our ravine town is starting to come along. It's starting to become something, which is very cool. But that is going to have to be it for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is a project that I'm honestly so excited for. I can't express this enough how excited I am. This is going to be a pretty big project. It's going to take a while. It's definitely going to take, a lot of episodes to finish, but it is going to be so worth it. It's going to be so awesome. So I hope you guys are along for the ride and ready to go. So yes, but that is going to have to be it for today's episode. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next episode. I hope you all have a very beautiful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.